Okay, what I'm going to be making today is, I was going to make a regular rag bow, but I've had a couple of friends of mine's children, and the friends have passed away, and they wanted to know something they could make out of something they had of their loved one that had passed away. So I was actually going to make a memory rag bow. What I started with was a shirt, for example, like of my mother's, okay? And if you've got a piece of clothing of a loved one that's passed away, you just, shirt. Hello, Sherry. Hello, everybody. I'm doing a YouTube video. Won't be as responsive, but I see you there. And you just take like a shirt and you cut you some strips out of it, as many long strips as you can get. And even the sleeves, I use the sleeves. And what I come up with is I cut a piece out of the back, and I got this, and this was 3 inches wide. I folded it in half, run a bead of glue, and then I just cut it like every 1/2 to 3/4 inch all the way down. Okay, then I cut another strip out of the shirt, not very long, but it makes enough good enough pieces. Did the same thing with that piece. And then this was the back of the shirt. I actually got a big piece out of that. Okay, and I made those 3 out of the shirt. Then, according to who you're making one, like if it's your mother, if it's aunt, if it's somebody, whatever kind of relative it is, if they were into crafts, they probably have some lace. I got a piece of lace of my mother's, and I folded it in half and glued it and cut it up, because I was going to try to break up some of this yellow. And okay, what I'm going to do first, move some of this stuff out of the way, is I have already taken and made 3 pieces out of the shirt and made a piece out of the lace. And all I've got left of the shirt is this and a sleeve, which can be used. So, I'm going to show you how this is done, but this is not going to be the memory. I'm going to show you with a piece of curtain. You can take a curtain somebody had. You can take just about anything to make a memory bow. Okay, I'm taking this curtain, and I'm going to cut a piece about, oh, let me, I'll tell you how wide that was. That's 5 inches. You're just going to tear it. Like I said, this is a curtain, like my mother's curtain. You can take a sheet, you can take a pillowcase, you can take a pillow, might have been their favorite pillow. Okay, then you take that piece and you'll get it, and you'll fold it in half, and you'll run your little thing of glue all the way down I like to make mine, 3, 5, or 3, let's see, wait a minute, I'll tell you, I gotta measure it. It don't have to be perfect, you don't have to run the glue, this is more or less just to hold it in place. And you will get burnt, like that. Not as good on YouTube as I am on Facebook, that's for sure. But I had a couple of requests for a couple of items. Thought I'd throw them on there. Okay. Yeah, see what I did? I took that piece of curtain, any length, but this happened to be one, about 1.5 yards long. It really don't matter, and it was, I measured it before, this was 4 inches wide. Fold it in half, makes it, once you glue it, it makes it a 2-inch piece. Now, my thing's not working. I'll get it going here in a minute. Now it's scrolling. What I've started doing to save time, you can go and manually just cut this every half, under 1 inch. Don't have to be precise. I started folding mine in half. And then folded it in half again. It cuts quicker. And then you just take the scissors, go to the glue, but not through the glue. Up to where you glued, but not through it. And no precise measurement, just, it looks to be about a little over a 1/2 inch. You just cut up to the glue. And it cuts down a lot of time by folding it like this. Plus I get those hand cramps and that don't help. Just keep doing that till you get it all cut. I should have put the camera down where you could see better. I forgot about it. Let's see, are you seeing it? Yeah. I need a zoom camera is what I need. This is a curtain. You could probably make a whole rag bow out of these curtains. You could probably make the tails out of it. You could take sheets, pillowcases. There's a lot of pretty stuff. But I'm just showing the method right now. I'm going back to the memory thing in a minute. Get a seam there. Hard to cut. When you fold it like this to cut it faster, the only thing is you will have to go back and get right where you had it folded. Like, okay, right there was a fold. I got to go back and cut that. No, I said, there should be another area that's not cut. Okay, there it is. Let's go back and catch that up. That was in the folded part. You may not want to fold it. You may want to sit there and do all that little at a time, but it gets to me. So that's what you'd have. This wouldn't be your first piece. You could be. I would 4 inches. I would do a 3-inch folded in half, a 4-inch folded in half, and a 5-inch folded in half, and then glue it together and cut it, and this is what you'll have. Now I'm going to start on the memory bow, which is going to be, this could be a man, this could be a woman. Mine, I'm going to do it to represent my mother because this is a blouse. And I'm going to take the smallest piece I had out of it. I think this was a sleeve. And what you'll do is you'll take I just use a paintbrush. You can use a dowel rod, anything. And you'll start folding this around that. And you'll put you a dot of glue. And you'll catch that on that glue. From there on, I got this, you just wrap it fairly tight. And just put you a dot of glue ever so often to catch it up. It's real easy to do. I meant to call Jennifer, my friend's daughter that's been wanting to know something she can do, but I guess I can tell her to go watch it. Can you see? I'm just folding it. You don't have to put glue all the way around. You're just catching it every now and then. Once you catch that on there, you pull it off. Now I've got a little loose one there. I'll catch that later. That's the center. Now you notice on the front of the blouse, I didn't even remove the buttons. I started to remove the buttons and maybe put them in the tails, but I thought, how many times did she button those buttons? And so I just left them where they was, because that's where they was when she would button and unbutton her blouse. So in order to break this up, I cut a piece of lace she had, and I was going to break the yellow up somewhat. Not sure about that decision, but I think I'm going to stay with it. But this is still hers. This is just some lace she had. She was a crafter. You just pile you up, get you a pile of stuff. Get you a, if it's a woman, get a curtain, get a sheet, get a pillow, get a blouse, get a jacket, get a pair of pants, get some jewelry, because you're going to need some jewelry. If they were a crafter, or if they crocheted or something like that, get some crochet thread. Just pile you up a whole bunch of stuff of that person and go from there. You know, just what you can use, because you're going to use, like I had a pair of seersucker pants. You know, those were popular back in the day. Boy, did she love her seersucker. Whoa. And I had a seersucker jacket, and I was going to cut it up. And I found this yellow shirt, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. And then throw a piece. This has got her blouse. This has got some of her crafting. And I think what I would do with this, if it was me, if you've got a favorite picture they had, or even a picture of them, when you get this done, stick this on the corner of the picture. Stick it on something of theirs that they liked. And then you always got that. Always go back. Especially if you've got like perfume they wore. You've got cologne a man wore. You could spritz it with that. Because you never forget that. I'll never forget Emerald by Avon. Wasn't that some horrible stuff? Emerald Avon. That's what she liked. Evening in Paris. All those blue bottles. She liked her Evening in Paris. Yeah, she did. Of course, I guess they didn't have a lot to choose from back then. I don't know. Avon. She sold Avon. So I guess that's why she wore a lot of Avon. Remember Topaz? Woo! Topaz was horrible. Yeah. And Betty, they bought that stuff too. I can't remember some of the other names. Y'all remember some of them? Okay, see, I put that piece of lace in there just to break up some of the yellow. It's her lace. It's still going on the same thing. Now I'm going to put another piece of her blouse on it. My best friend passed away last year, and real unexpected. We've been friends, I guess, since 7th grade in high school, and she may have been a few months older than me, but she had had a surgery. She had broke her ankle, and it wasn't healing right. So she had went in for another surgery on her ankle, and I don't know, she just went to the bathroom and she just fell over. She was gone. And I'm thinking it was they said it was a blood clot. So shocked, and I really miss her. And her daughter keeps saying, "What can I make? I've got some of her stuff. I got a lot of her stuff." And she can make this. A little bit of glue. It's easy. If she can't, I'll make it for her. I think she can make it, though. Her name was Susan, too. She didn't do no crafts. She wasn't crafty. She was funny. See the little buttons in there? It's so cute. It's just a memory. You've just etched a memory in that nobody's going to know about. There's the button. It's just, this is for you. This is for nobody else but you. And these little things you're putting in, these little buttons on the blouse, nobody knows they're there but you. Men the same way. Their shirts, you can actually get more fabric out of a man's shirt than you can a lady's. See what we got so far? So far. Now, I don't want to not match, or I would throw that piece of curtain in there just to break that up a little more. Well, y'all, I'm going to do it. You know me. Like I said, this is for me. So, now I got a piece of curtain in here. I got a piece of her lace. I got part of her blouse. And now I have part of her curtain. Ouch. Getting loose. So you got this base, and you're just bringing this around and around and around. that. And every now and then you're putting some glue on it. That little button's peeking up out of there. I would put this, she had a couple of pictures she liked to hang on the wall. I think I would hang this on one of the pictures. She kept a diary, something I didn't know, for 30 years. A diary. Make a little collage of her diaries and put this on them. She had a lot of ideas, like me. I don't know whether to say like me or I'm like her. I guess I got that idea stuff from her. Sorry, I'm not looking at the comments. I'm trying to concentrate on this. It's going to be really pretty. I think it's better than a memory quilt because you can put so much of them in here. Here's a piece of her sewing lace. This is her blouse, which was so close to her. You know, when you make a memory quilt, you don't know if it touched her. She wore this blouse. She buttoned those buttons. This is a curtain that was on her window that she looked at every day. It's just so much. It's just like she's there in so many ways. I'm going to put this last one, which was the back of the blouse. Then I'm going to put like some of her scarves in the tails. I'm going to put, I ripped up some scarves. Like I said, she was a crafter, so she had crochet thread. I'm going to put crochet thread. Jewelry. She was jewelry crazy. I'm going to put a piece of her jewelry in the middle of the bow. It's just going to have so many aspects of her in it. So I was just going to make a rag bow, and then I got to thinking about Jennifer and how many times she had asked me what she could make. And another friend, my ex-sister-in-law that had passed away years ago, was the anniversary yesterday of her passing, and just had a lot of people like that on my mind. And I thought, you know, these are some memories. And usually somebody has some things, you know. I mean, you could make a memory quilt. You can only take so many. You could make a couple of these. You could put one in your, on a picture. You could actually put one in a car. There's just so many things you could do with it. Isn't it amazing? It is. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see, which way do I want to push that? I'll push that out like that. And that's the blouse in the middle. Her lace there. Part of her blouse, her curtain, another part of her blouse. I am going to put, when I get all this glue off of me, I'm going to put some fibers in here to fill this out some more. I found an old was in her stuff. And it's an old clip-on earring. I think I've got a picture with her with these on. I think I showed you that picture, Betty Sue. I wasn't born yet then. But I'm going to put that earring right in the middle of that bow. And it may not look perfect, but it looks like her. Let me separate this out and find the center. Okay. Oh, I almost need another glue stick. I do need another glue stick. Okay. One of my mama's old. That is a good idea, Ellen. It is. I've got handkerchiefs too. I do. I just never thought of sticking one in here. Now I'm going to put some fibers. Tearing down the house, y'all. Kindly in here just to, let's see, what color? I've got white. I got to use pink because pink was her favorite color. So even though it might not match, it's going to be a piece of her. And that's what matters. Turquoise and pink and yellow was her colors. Let's see what color's coming out of this. I wouldn't, you know it's pink. Well, it's kind of a purplish. I never can find the end of yarn anymore. Used to be easy. Used to be. Okay, there it is. Whoa, well, you know. Okay, I'm going to take about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times around my hand. And then I'm going to cut that. My scissors are getting dull. And I don't know if this color is going to do right or not. I don't know about that in there. Let me find that color more. It'll match more. This beige would look good in there. Let me get a piece of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's enough of that. That's pretty thick. Just going to take like 2 pieces of that. Find a spot up under here. Put some glue. Stick that in it. Push that flower down on it. Just give it some, that may be too thick. I don't know. I'll check it. I gotta get pink in there because she loves pink. That was her favorite. The funny thing is, I never did like pink till after she passed away. And then it became one of my favorite colors. I don't know why. You just kind of spread that out. You're just giving it a little texture. Just something, pop, give it some pop. Let's take you some of this. Find you a spot. Raise that up. You don't have lights blinking. We got a storm coming our way. We've had some high winds. I've been chasing lawn chairs all over the yard all day. Not my idea of fun, but just giving it a little. I don't like the fur ones. I'm going to cut them shorter so they don't dominate as much. Just a little. Okay. See how that's giving it some, bringing it to life a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little, let's see, put a little something here and a little something there. I want to find some pink and blue because she loved pink and blue. Me digging my yarn. More white. I believe that pink. I believe that's orange. It's too bright. Excuse me, allergies. They're killing me. Okay. Here's some blue. Yeah, that's her color. You just pull the flower up, find a bare spot, put your blob of glue, put your trims, or your, especially if they were a crocheter. It don't matter what kind of yarn. It really don't. It's just dressing it up. See, I need one more right here, and I think I'll go with this after all. Once I get the tails on, see the earring needs to go like that, so it needs to go that way. I can already see her in that, I really can. It's cute. Okay, for the tails, what I'm going to do, I've already put some of it together, and I'll show you what I did. You don't have to match. It's a memory, y'all. This is a scarf. This is just some bling I added myself. This was a piece of hem tape. She had a pack of hem tape. I cut it and put it in there. This is another scarf. And this is some more of those fibers. And then here's a necklace. If I don't get it all tangled up here, which I did. How'd I get it tangled up? Got that hung on that. See if I can get it loose. This is her pearls. That was some, I got that all tangled up. Watch me have to take it apart. This was some fibers she had in her stuff, this beige. If I hadn't pulled them pearls out, I was doing pretty good. I might take it apart. Okay. See if I can get it untangled. Get this out. Okay. This is hem tape that was hers. There's some fibers. That's just some of that bling I added. Give it some bling. Hem tape. I don't know. I guess that's stuff they used to use and put in the hem of a garment to hem it and iron it, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. This was hers. I don't know what she used it for. Just some fibers. I don't know. That's what I'm using it for. Just putting it in there. Putting that in there. All that really needs is a little bit more. I'm going to put some pink in it, even though it's not pink. She would want it in there. Matter of fact, she'd fuss if it wasn't in there. And maybe here's the scarf I cut, in case y'all wondering how to do that. Let me find the scarf. Oh, here it is. Like, this was the scarf. I just took right at the end of this fringe and I cut in about 1.5 inches, whatever, and you just take the scarf and rip it, and that's where you get your pieces to put in there. This was a different color scarf. I did the same thing. I just took it, cut in so far with these dull scissors I want. Then I ripped that. I like the way that come out. That come out really thin. And that was a longer scarf. So I doubled that. Now, I've got an orange scarf of hers. That's really going to look good in that if it'll tear. It's going to bring out the orange that's in the flower. Mark Rosler. I don't know who that is. Oh, yeah. Yep. Perfect. This is going to bring out the color of the blouse, the color of the flower. Take and cut another one. Starting to rain, I hear it. Maybe that'll make that wind die down. Just taking about every inch. And this is like silk, but it's tearing fine. It's even leaving some little shabby strings. I swear it smells like her. Okay. And I'm going to make some a little thinner than that. Let me cut one about just a little thinner. Oh yeah, I like that better. And that's got the pink. Get one more piece. One more. So you can cut them real narrow, which would probably be better. See how thin that is? Let's see if I think that's enough. I'm going to put one more piece of scarf. And one more piece of this pink yarn. Ooh, y'all hear that wind? No, that was thunder. Thunder. I hope I don't lose internet before I get this done. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of yarn, I guess. Woo! Y'all hear that? Got a storm. And I'm going to put it up under all this. And what I don't catch, I will come back and put it in the next. And I don't think I caught the pearls. There they are. Okay. And I'm just going to take that around it. Tie it. Tie it in a knot. 3 knots. And just let that go with it. Now I'm going to mix it all up. It's some storm brewing out there, y'all. You just work it out. I do want her beads to be on the top. And, okay, then I'm going to go on the back. And I'm going to take the tail, which let me get the earring right. Okay, the earring, this is the bottom. I want the beads to be on the front. And we got a storm going, a big one. And I'm just going to put a lot of glue back here. All over, trying to catch all this up. I hope I don't lose internet. I knew this storm was coming though. And you just more or less hold that in place till it sets pretty good. There you go. Meet my mother. That's my mother. You could take a man's shirt. If I did a man's, I would take one of their shirts. I would incorporate denim if they wore denim. If they wore sweatpants, I'd incorporate sweatshirts, t-shirts. Maybe some shirts they wore that had a saying. Maybe a company logo on it. And I would take down in here for a man, I would use a boot string, shoestring, keychain, maybe a favorite keychain they carried, maybe some keys they had that they carried to different jobs or something like that, that you could put some strings and put their keys, put a little, just like put a key here, put something else they carried or liked here, and just alternate it down. I don't have much of Daddy's stuff. I may have a shirt. I've got his hat. But you know, you don't know. Like I said, if they've got something that had a logo on it, these were Mother's pearls. That was one of her earrings. This was her blouse. This was her lace. This was her blouse. This was a pair of her curtains. That's more of her blouse. I just added some fiber. This was her scarf. This was a scarf of hers. 3 different scarves of hers. This was some fiber she had. I added the little bling there, but this was her pearls. And then I just added a few little yarn pieces. This was some hem tape she had. So, that's basically mostly hers. Thank you all. But this is a way to make a memory flower, a memory bow. That's what I call it. And once you hang it up on something, it's going to all, you know, it's not going to flop like that. So once you get it flat on something, it's going to all take its shape. Whether you put it on a picture or whatever you put it on, it's going to all come up and go together. But so this is going on YouTube, and instead of just a bow, it's going to be a memory bow. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut down, because I got to do these in segments. On YouTube, you can only put so many minutes. So I'm going to shut down. I'm going to come back. And I'm going to make a flower or a turtle. You having this storm too, aren't you, Judy? Because she's near me. If she's near me, she's getting the storm. So I'm going to shut down. Y'all be sure and come back, because I'm either going to make a flower out of cookie sheets, red, white, and blue flower, or a turtle. Gotta see that. Okay, I'll be right back. Love every one of you. Bye-bye.